Ready for your reading, Capricorn? It's going to look real bad from where you stand. But that's not all there is to it. It's not. We'll get into it. Stick around also for later on after the oracle cards and the channeled message. Remember that there's your angel messages and your spirit totem messages. And there's always the extended reading. That link is below. That's a 2-in-1. That's where your romance specific reading is too. It's a romance reading and it's the extended tarot card reading. So I just thought your reading was very interesting because it stood out to me as something that will worry you. It will concern you. It's like starting out thinking the worst, right? And in a way, I'm almost happy that you're thinking the worst. I'm happy because what that means for me is that you're going to be it's going to mean even more to you when something different happens. This is a really good time to reach out and get perspectives that are different than yours. It's a really good time to humble yourself right now and say, maybe I'm not seeing something, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I should just reach out. This is where friendship is big this week. So this is where friends really come in to help you through and help you see things from a different perspective. Because something matters a great deal to you. But the problem with that is it's been buried with a whole set of responsibilities and practical applications to make you feel like you're doing something so that you don't have to sit there and feel vulnerable about the fact that you really can't control the situation. The fact that this is a tender spot for you. This is a vulnerable place for you. Emotionally, it's raw. And I want you to know that it's beautiful because it's raw. That the quality of its rawness is what makes it so, I think, uniquely you. But there's that part of you that you really just don't like. You sort of bastardize that piece of yourself that you say, that's not good enough for love. That's not good enough. There's only one part of me or a couple of parts of me that are good for love, and that's the shiny part. And it's the stuff that I've refined, and it's the stuff that I've made and created and put out there as love this part of me. But there is part of somebody or an opportunity that really wants all of you, not just the glamorous, well-polished, poised parts. And as horrible as that makes you feel, because you've decided to hate those aspects of yourself, the wonderful thing is that when you let them out, and you need to let them out, that's when this person will feel like you're being most sincere with them. That's when this person will say, it's almost like that's what's causing the tension. The tension is being caused by your need or your feeling that you have to hide a piece of yourself. That if you don't come across as perfect or all together, that's why you'll fail. And that's not why. The reason why you're having trouble, the reason why you're struggling, the reason why you're failing, maybe some of you are at that point, right? Not all of you, but some of you are at that point of actually failing or feeling like you're losing ground, is because you're not fighting with all of you. Think about it this way. Say you're in a fight, right? But you tie one hand behind your back and you tie one leg up. Now you're hopping on one leg and you're struggling with one hand and you're wondering, why am I losing this fight? Because you handicapped yourself. You're taking bits and pieces of you away. I think I used a scenario in your reading last week, somebody's reading last week. Remember the scene from Princess Bride where Inigo Montoya says, I'm not really left-handed, and finally starts to use his right hand? It's like You've decided that you have to handicap yourself, maybe dumb yourself down, handicap yourself in some way, not literally handicap, but like just mentally and socially, or maybe even, somehow dull yourself down, dim yourself, in order to fit into a situation, or in order to please somebody, right? But the truth is, it's not actually them that disapproved of that aspect of you. It's you that disapproved of that aspect of you and took it off the table before they even got a chance to share that judgment, or share what they thought about it. They didn't even get a chance to pass a decision, right? Because you decided that it was unlovable. And it's that is really crippling you right now. And once something happens, and I swear to God, it's almost like it will happen. And I want you to let it happen. I'm hoping that it happens, because it is what's going to break through this barrier and make those other aspects of you come out. And those other aspects of you are sort of going to tell your truth and show your vulnerability. And that's what's necessary in this moment. It's not the version of you that you think impresses people. It's the honest version of you. So how do you go about feeling comfortable with that? You talk to people that you really love, that you know really love you. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. That you know really love you. That's really important right now. And get their take on it. And I swear to you, I'm promising you, when you start talking to them, you're going to start to see they've already noticed these aspects of you. You think they're hidden. You think nobody sees. They already see. They already love you for what you are. You're going to be really shocked because I don't think that you realize that you could be loved for all of you, or that you even should be loved by all of you. You have that Saturnian energy, right? That rules your energy, Capricorn, that sense of strictness and precision and making the rules and adhering to the rules and really being draconian with yourself. And that lack of flexibility with yourself makes you assume that everybody else is going to be inflexible too. But that's not true at all. And what a wonderful place to be, around people who are okay with all of you and not just bits and pieces of you. Connect with your soul family. And that's why I say connect with your friends. And you'll start to see that you've already formed this connection and link with truth and honesty, even if you didn't tell it. Because people that really care about you, they pay attention to you. Like, they know who you are, even if you don't admit it. They see you, right? And they will say things to you that it might piss you off. When you go and you ask them these questions, or you inquire about their opinion, they may piss you off because, ever notice, like, I don't know, it's almost like when you're talking and somebody says, oh, you have a mole. And you tried to cover that shit up with what do you call it? Foundation. And you're so offended that they noticed this blemish that you tried so hard to cover up. But they didn't say it as, ew, a mole, which is probably how you heard it, right? But they didn't say it as, ew, a mole. They said, oh, a mole, that's cool. I didn't know you had one of those. They're sitting there absolutely delighted by your truth. They don't see it as a scar, right? They don't see it as a scab. They don't see it as a bad thing. They see it as, oh, that just makes you even more interesting. And then by seeing the reflection of that bad thing about you in their eyes, you can start to learn that you can be more whole. You can start to learn your complete self, right? See the light, realizing something. Aha! All of a sudden, talks to friends. Communication is big right now because Mars is rolled into Gemini. And so that's how you're going to get shit done right now, is by communications and talking, but honest communications and listening. And know that people will be listening very closely to you. And you should be listening very closely to others. I see the light. Aha! Give it to God. Let it go, right? This is about letting the worries go. And also allowing yourself to be loved or connected to a higher power, whatever you believe that is. in order to have some sort of serenity right now, because this energy takes faith. It's part of the recipe. You can't leave it out. What I say, the answers you need are coming. This is that Gemini energy. Is you're going to be able to let things go after you've had conversations with people who make you see things from a different perspective. What you are worried, and this is why I told you in the beginning, it's not as bad as it feels. Like it's horrible. It feels like it's getting, there's a worry building inside of you. You know, you're trying, I think right now you're trying to make it like it's nothing. Oh, it's just nothing, no big deal. You've had some chit chats, you've had some fights, you've had some discourse. Oh, but it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. It is something. It's something to you emotionally because it's scaring you. You feel like things are crumbling. And honestly, be honest. Like that's what's going to change the mood. And even change, hold on. I'm sorry, I have to, hold on. Oh, great. I'm going into low power mode and I can't find my charger. Anyway, you guys don't have to worry about that. Nothing will come of this situation. Nothing, like, you want to pretend like everything is okay. It's not. It's not okay with you. Right? Sweeping this under the carpet is only going to leave a bigger mess for later. It's not what you want to do. But we have a lot of this energy here. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So this has to do with your 4th house. This has to do with where you're living, what you consider home. Right? All I know is there's lots of resolution here. There's lots of resolution. And what you think is on the other side, which is total disaster and destruction, is not that. Be magnetic. Allow yourself to just turn on all of you and allow yourself to attract people. To just have that pull. It's almost like, I don't know if you fear your own power, Capricorn, that if you turned your full charisma on, you think that it would be too much responsibility or too much for people to handle. But this is that essence of turn it on. Let yourself be attracted. And remember, what are you attracted to? What is pulling you? What is calling you? What is it that your heart is really, really connecting with? Trust it. You know, it doesn't have to make sense. And I think that that's what I want to stress to you is this is a pull, energetic pull, right? This is a pull by your heart. It's not a pull by your head. You got to get your head out of the way and open your heart and reveal it. Choreograph, start to plan every aspect. This is something that you'll like, right? This is a sense of maybe that's part of the problem. Trying to choreograph every last bit of what comes into you, of what you attract, instead of just letting it go and being natural and letting that attraction be natural. But what I want is for you to first forget about choreography, right? Put it aside and just let yourself be pulled toward what you really feel. And once you arrive at what you really feel, now love it. Accept it, own it, and then start making plans based on it. So your brain is working for your heart, not vice versa. See that? This has got something to do about a really serious commitment, something that you take seriously, something that you want desperately, something that you fear not having or fear not getting the opportunity to have. That's what this is all surrounding. Could be that there's an engagement that hasn't happened yet. There's a job proposition that has not been given to you yet. Something that what you were expecting is chipping away at your confidence because it hasn't come to fruition yet. It hasn't manifested yet. Say it. How scared you are, how worried you are, how it concerns you that this is still not on the table. What does that mean? Let yourself be vulnerable. You're seeing this mess you're seeing this as death and destruction and doom and gloom. This mess that you're in, this pickle that you're in. But you really just need help. You really need somebody to help you figure it out. This is a new circumstance for you. Your life changed big time over the past 2 years. And I know that because I was there with you. So it's almost like you've never been here before. You've never been here before. So stop being so hard on yourself. You don't know how it's supposed to feel. And if it feels weird to you, it feels tangled, that's when help is necessary. So you don't actually create your own destruction by assuming that that's the only option. Like the only option here is drowning. No, it's not. Ask for help. You're only in like 3 inches of water. Could you drown? Sure, you could drown. Absolutely. You could drown in an inch of water. Right? I mean, like, yeah, technically, but this is a sense of you don't have to. There's so many people that want to help you out, and there's people who listen and will care, and they don't see your mess as the ultimate get rid of them. I don't want to deal with this. They don't. So this is that pristine you showing up as the best self, wanting to present as the best self every time. But the best self is your sincere self. It's your truth. And that's what you need that's what you really need to grab onto. Guess what? There's a new opportunity here. This is new opportunity. This is a new idea. This is inspiration. This is your time. This is a card that says, take the chance. Start now. Whatever you're afraid of is not as important as the energy that's giving you the momentum to get going with this. But that impending expectation of failure is making you feel like you already failed. But that's just a way to play things safe. And a good way to make an excuse for it. Good fortune is here. If you get back to your sincere true self. This is transforming into the richer, fuller, more complete you. And that's going to bring a great deal of good fortune. You hate your blemishes. You think they're ugly. So you think revealing, it's almost like, oh my God, I once worked for a woman who said that she could never take off her makeup in front of the guy that she was dating. She would even get up early so that she could go in and make herself up. So when he woke up next to her, he would just see her with makeup on, always. And that's really not you putting your best foot forward, right? That's not her putting her best foot forward. That's her hating herself. That's what it is. And she said she knew she was with the right person when she could just fall asleep and not care. And not care if her makeup was smudged or there was stuff running, mascara on the pillow. She knew she was with the right one when she could just not have to make herself up at all. And that's what I'm talking about is this, whoever you're with, especially if this is a personal relation. And then we'll get into the romance reading in the extended. But especially if this is a personal relationship, it's your truth that they're going to find more beautiful than anything. The very thing you think is going to destroy you is actually the key to making you stronger. Resolution. More resolution. Resolution. All of this is resolution. It's resolution. Give it to God. See the light. Resolution. Resolution is here that a very difficult situation, you're going to find a peaceful resolution to it. Yes, you disagree. Yes, you're not getting along. Yes, there is conflict, but through respect, right? Not only for respect for them, respect for each other, and respect for yourself, there is a way to resolve this. There is a solution to end the conflict, not end what matters to you. In fact, this is the time when the conflict ends and the doors to that new start open up. If you love this video so far, and I hope you do, please like this video and then share it on your social media platforms. Also, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell and be sure that you hit all notifications. I upload Capricorn specific messages every single Wednesday, but you're not just your sun sign. So always check your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. Those three will give you a well-rounded message each week. Check out all the videos. I upload like 12 to 14 videos every single week here, and they don't end here. They extend into Vimeo, and you can subscribe over there too. Doesn't cost any money. You actually get notified or access to the extendeds before the link comes up here if you're subscribed over there. And those readings always include 2 readings in one, the romance reading and the tarot card reading, which extends this reading and articulates specifics. So if you're looking for details, they're all in the extended. And then last but not least, come join me on Instagram. Find me at born_without_boundaries. I go live Monday through Friday there. We'll have live conversations. I do a general reading, motivation in the morning, usually around 10, 11 o'clock California time. So join me. I hope that you do. Now we're going to get into your animal totem reading, which hopefully will help us kind of understand a little bit about where the help will come from, where the aha will come from. Hold on. Now is a lucky time, but this was in the past. So maybe that's why things are feeling so difficult right now, because you're coming out of the honeymoon period of, the new job. You're coming out of the honeymoon period of the new relationship. You're coming out of the honeymoon period of starting your own business. And the excitement has worn off and just been replaced by taxes are due, got to do the quarterlies, got to do the inventory, got to like it doesn't still mean that good stuff isn't still happening, because this kind of abundance lasts. It's just not the initial rush of exciting, fresh, and new. And so now maybe that's impacting you like, oh no, what's wrong? There isn't anything wrong. Things are still going strong. Be at home. I told you this had to do with 4th house energy, something to do with your home life or your familiar relationships. This is about finding comfort in the home, or somehow, usually with Wombat, feeling like you have to defend the home or be defensive at the home. Something to do with home, maybe even where you live, resolving those issues. Ooh, surrender now. I feel like this is movement, because Sagittarius energy is always movement. It's always travel, but home travel for your home. Maybe you're traveling, you've been away from home for a long time, or you're moving. And this is a sense of, you got to just go for it. You can overthink yourself into complete and total stagnation, but that's not going to make you happy either. Let spirit be your guide. Look at the big picture. See things objectively, or broaden and expand your reach of this situation so you're not stuck in what you've already decided. That's the only thing that's happening, right? It's not. A lot more is going on. There's a bigger picture here. And part of how do we get the bigger picture? We talk to people and we listen to them. And we listen to what they have to say. And by honoring what they have to say, we open up the doors for them to be compassionate toward us. And then we have be peace. So there's no peace here, and things seem kind of rushed. It almost seems like a breakup of some sort of contentment, a sense of disruption, emotional disruption. That's what I would say. It's also you not giving a damn anymore about maintaining the peace or maintaining the status quo. You're willing to take the risk now of just being sincere because you're tired of how this feels. A sense of constantly having to do all the work to maintain the peace when you've really got something to say that's buried. The moon right now is in Scorpio, and that's a time when a lot of buried emotions are going to start popping out. So it's really good to accept your demons because they're coming to the surface now. So, and it's not just you. This is whoever you live with and whoever you work with. So there's just this sense of, ooh, demons are here. Who's going to do something with them? So you really have to be really courageous right now, because those feelings that you've tried to suppress, those things that you've tried to make go away to keep the peace, they're coming up now. Let's get into your angel reading. Protection. I told you, you are safe. Do not fear. We are with you always and surround you always with our invisible wings of light. It's nice to know that you've got somebody in your corner. Imagine, clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. But first, you got to allow yourself to feel it. Surrender. There is no point in pushing the barrel up such a steep hill. Go back to the start. Surrender your expectations. There is an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. And this, I think, is resistance inside yourself, not necessarily external. The unknown. Do not fear the unknown. This is a time of deep exploration and transformation. Unfamiliar territory leads to new horizons. Change. Life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same as the last. Because life is always changing, it is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. Divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow, yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. So, what I say, it's in the process. Diversity. The world would be a boring place if we were all the same. Celebrate your uniqueness. You are special and much loved. Archangel Sandalphon is here. I have heard your call for help. Your prayer will soon be answered. And last but not least, sacred space. We, your guardian angels, surround you with gold, emerald, and rose pink light. Surrender your concerns and worries and enter the sacred space of love and healing. And this, okay, I will continue with the message over on tarot. I'm going to articulate and specify exactly what the fuck is up and what to expect is going to come out of this. Yeah, let's go over there. We'll see you. Bye, guys.